Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Dragonite 777. Finally, with my first ever custom review of my own personal Gunpla. Now, if you guys seen my review of the high grade Destiny, I said that I was going to review my custom, which is basically a kit bash of the Wing Zero as the basis. The Wing Gundam Zero Revive as the base Gunpla. And I was going to kit bash it with the Revive Destiny. So, without further ado, let me introduce you guys to my custom mobile suit. And here it is, my personal machine, the blazing Wing Zero. Now, as you can tell, and everything. Now, as you can tell, I basically took the Destiny's arms, waist and legs, and backpack, and gave it to Wing Zero, and put it onto the Wing Zero's torso. Oh, and I also used the Destiny's parts of the Destiny's V-fin. And here, let me show you guys if I can get it to focus. There we go. And I essentially did something similar to what Prime 92 did with her Strike Exia, which is but I kind of did it a little bit differently though, where I took it where Prime 92 had the Strike Freedom's V-fins pointing forward, mine are pointed more back, and then I trimmed the Wing Zero's V-fin and essentially made it look like it kind of folds in with these. And of course, I also added holes, and I also drilled holes with my Dremel tool. I used one of the drill bits after I found out what size I needed, and I drilled it into these parts here, which cover up the machine cannon. So now the machine cannons can fire for GBN. Essentially, this is my custom for and stuff for when GBN becomes a thing. And of course, as you can see, I got paint all over my damn hands, or dang hands. This stuff, and I did add, of course, I had to modify some of the pieces and everything, i.e. for the arms, I had to essentially, because Zero's arms are those ball joints that have the pegs, I had to modify the parts. I'm going to use the one arm here because the left arm has fought me every step of the way. I essentially took ply plate and just covered up the holes and drilled them in, and drilled the holes, and made the arms and stuff fit perfectly onto the body. And of course, I also and then of course I also added Zero's beam sabers as well. Make sure that arm doesn't fall off. Onto the Destiny's shield. I'm really scared. I'm really hesitant to take the shield off because this paint's really thickened up everything. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on, everyone. I will be right back. As soon as I get the shield off. Hold on. Okay. Sorry. That was a little bit. Hectic and nervous for me. So as you can see, I also took ply plates and I essentially made beam saber holders for. Oh, I gotta fix that part right there. For Wing Zero's beam sabers. Now I'm sure you're probably wondering, well, Dragonite, why is it? Oh, and of course this is also my first time using an airbrush, which is what I use to paint this. And right here is what I used. Of course, my airbrush is right beside me, but I can't really show that. But yeah, I painted it and even panel lined it. Think of it. And I will say, for my first custom, there we go. as tough as the as the actual Gundams are from the anime, hey, my custom fought me every step of the way, hey, while I was trying to build it. So yeah, it's definitely if it's tough enough to do that, I'm sure it's tough enough to handle GBN. Yeah. But yeah, let me give you guys a complete 360. There it is from the side. Again with the shield. And you see all the parts I painted. I did not paint. Okay, sorry about that. The only thing I did not paint was the red on the wings. I didn't paint that. I painted this and I painted everything else. But yeah, when they I also had to add some ply plate for the back to secure the backpack of the Destiny, which in hindsight I probably shouldn't have done. But anyway, and then of course there's the beam rifle, and as you can see, I don't really feel like taking this thing off. It was a pain in the neck to get back on there, but I painted the two things inside, and I painted the scope. And I even painted the long-range beam cannon and the Arendite anti-ship sword. And then of course the body and the twin buster rifle and the beam rifle and everything. And I even painted the eyes and the main camera as well. I'm not sure if you can see that. There we go. Yeah, pretty much everything's painted and airbrushed. As of course, doing the review and everything right now, I can see some parts that I've got to probably have to repaint over, just some touch-ups here and there. But the colors that I used, and I also painted the parts of the top of the heads right here. But the colors that I used were right here. I used regular white for the body and the primer and to prime it all. Let me kind of just push this back just a little bit. Yeah, I used regular white for the prime it and to paint the body. I used light gray for the V-fin, the chin, and the basically all the parts using the light gray. I used it, which were the knees, the waist, the V-fin, the chin, and the inside of the shield were the only ones I used. Oh, and the side skirts were the only ones I used the light gray on. Then I used light sea blue for the main cameras and the eyes and the sensors on the beam rifle and other stuff in the beam rifle. Then I used this color black for the feet, the beam sabers, and the one part of the shield, which was the part where it's around the blue part. Oh yeah, and I also used the sky blue for that part too, the shield. Good. And I also used this black for the covers for the machine cannons, the chest, the little thing over the chest, and this part here for the wings. Excuse me. And I can't remember, but I also think I used it on the two weapons in the back too. I can't remember. It's been a while since I actually painted all of it. And then I use this black here, which is more of a gunmetal black. No, I use a gunmetal for all the joints, including the polycaps, and then I also use it for the weapons as well, which is the the twin buster rifle, the beam rifle, the long range beam cannon, the Arendite anti-ship sword, the joints. Can't remember if I did it for the machine cannons or not. I don't think I did. Oh, and I also used the black I also use this black here for the parts for the where the beam boomerangs are stored. And this color here is what I used for the whole main body in the shield. Light red, which, come to find out, I had been hunting for this color forever, and essentially it's like a blazing red. I've looked at this thing forever and I could not find it. Now if you guys think this is a different color, please go and let me know in the comments, you know. But yeah, these are all the colors that I used to paint it, and I used it all with my airbrush. It was trial and error for the most part, but as you can see, I got it done. I'm very pleased with it, how it turned out, and if and when Gunpla Battle becomes a real thing, well, like GBN, you know, because that's what I'm saying. Because basically my custom has both the Zero system, we'll use the Zero system, and the Destiny's Wings of Light, or the Voiture Lumiere, and it can also use the Palm Beam cannons. So essentially, this is like my inspiration, because I've always liked both the Destiny and Wing Zero. Of course, a lot of people don't like Shin. I don't know why. I'm not sure why people don't like him, but eh. But essentially, if I was in GBN with this, I would totally want to put this thing against Prime 92's amazing Strike Exia, or even her Strike Exia. I do. So anyway, that is